Hello there, and welcome to Reinvent Your Impact. And all this week, we're talking about personal branding for women leaders. Okay, so um, I want you to know that I'm doing this series because I really do believe that with the right mindset and skills, any woman can positively influence their teams, their communities, the causes they care about, anything. And so during this series, I'm going to share advice and skills every day to help you become a better, more confident woman in leadership. And, I believe that, you really don't need a fancy title or anything really to lead change. So it doesn't matter if you're an executive in a company or, you lead an activity or group in your church or you're running a business, you in fact have gifts and talents to share with the world. And my goal is to give you tools to turn that influence into even greater impact as you think about your next steps, if you're interested in reinventing or what you want to do. So, this conversation, this series is about the impact that you can really provide and some of the key aspects of it that are important to do. And I really do believe when women lead confidently from their strengths, that families, organizations, and communities to do that, I am calling on this and study and reflect on. And of course, this is one of my favorites. Oprah tells us that we need to create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. And that's why I thought it was so important to talk today in this week as we're exploring developing your personal brand. It was important to talk about this vision for your personal brand. And, what Oprah says, she's emphasizing the power of self belief and vision in shaping your life and the things that you can achieve. And Oprah is suggesting that the limits of our success and impact are, often the ones we set for ourselves. And so if we can, create this wonderful, aspirational, grand vision of the future, of our future selves, we can set the stage for actualizing it, making it really become real. and so and so this idea, this you become what you believe concept is especially relevant for us as women leaders because we often face, some unique challenges and biases as we're moving along that professional journey. And so there are 3 points that I'd really like to you to think about. One is that it's so important to embrace ambitious goals. So that means, I got something on my glasses and, it's bothering me. So let me try again, see if I can get that off. It won't come off. Okay. Um, it's important for us to really focus on something big and aspirational. Don't set tiny little itty bitty visions and goals. Make them ambitious and think big. And why am I suggesting that? Because one of the first steps in creating a powerful personal brand is to envision your future self and that future as something wonderful and inspirational, but it's got to motivate you. So your vision, it needs to excite you. And that's one of the reasons why I started doing this series, because I really got excited about this vision that I had, that I could come and share my wisdom and experience in running nonprofit organizations, being a leader for many, many decades, and facing all kinds of different issues and challenges as a woman in leadership. And excuse me, sharing the tools and strategies that I experienced, and also that I learned the failures, the lessons, the challenges, the ups, the downs, and all of that. And so I was excited about coming in and sharing that. And what Oprah says to us is that we should not shy away from aspiring for greatness in whatever it is that we do in our fields, in our the particular industry we're in, and running a business, and managing teams, being a leader, community leader, a civic leader, whatever it is, we should think big. The second point that I want to make today, as we're looking at building that powerful vision for your brand, is to align that vision, that big inspirational future thing, self that you see yourself doing, with action. So you got to execute. I'm a big believer in visioning. I got a lot of my training in that. I've worked with in neighborhoods and communities, with grassroots organizations, with corporate leaders, just the whole gamut in creating vision. And for those who wanted to see change in their communities and neighborhoods, organizations, their schools. And then when I transitioned into my own business and became an entrepreneur, I still help corporations and organizations do that visioning, but I also now work with individuals to help them create their personal vision. And one of the things, so I'm a big lover of that vision, okay, a grand, big one. But I do know that without the steps, without the action, without executing on the vision, it just becomes a daydream, a beautiful one, but you're still dreaming. So it's so important to have consistent actions, so that you do your strategic planning, you have dedicated effort, you're continuously learning, you're networking with others, you're seeking opportunities that align with your vision. So align the vision with action. Okay. And then the third thing I'd like you to consider is that um, sometimes when we're on this path of uh, thinking about reflecting, creating this powerful vision for ourselves, for our brand, and what it is we want to be and what it is we want to do, we put some limitations on ourselves, these self-imposed limitations, because we the ones thinking it and putting it on ourselves. Ain't nobody else doing it, but we thinking it. And it's so important when we run into that aspect of moving forward with our brand and the vision, that we identify those fears, concerns, whatever it is that really is limiting us, and we're putting it on ourselves. Often it's fear, self-doubt, concern about different things that may or may not happen. When I um, transitioned, as you all know, I'm a late life entrepreneur. And so in my late 60s, when I decided to fill my lifelong dream and, do something about my desire to be an entrepreneur, after years and years and years running other people's organizations and raising millions of dollars for important business and community causes, I said, hey, I'm going to do my dream. And when I, said that, one of the things that constantly kept, that negative talk that be, creeping up on you, one of the things would be, um, can you do this? Do you have the experience? Are you too old to do this? Those things kept, creeping up, and they limited my movement forward, my progress, because I'd really start doubting myself, and I wasn't sure of whether or not I should be doing this thing that I always wanted to do. I realized, however, that those were things I put on myself, because it's never too late. One, we're never too old to start something to, make our dreams come true. Um, I had been successful in so many other ventures. Why not this? Just like you, if you think about all of the things you've achieved, the wisdom you've gained, the lessons you've learned, and transfer them to whatever next thing you want to do, put them to your vision, you can do it. So we often put these um, limiting things on ourselves. And Oprah tells us that, listen, you know, we can't do that. We need to be focused on creating the highest, grandest possible vision, because we are going to become what it is that we believe. So, this third point that I'm making, I want you to overcome those limiting beliefs. And one of the best ways to do that is, well, at least the first step is you got to identify whatever those, feelings of self-doubts or those limitations, identify them first and challenge them head on. I said to myself that, well, yeah, I don't think I'm too old. I think I got plenty of wisdom. And so if I am in age, I'm going to leverage that wisdom and everything that I've learned to make sure that I achieve my grand vision. So those are the 3 points that I wanted to leave with you, in particular on that last one. Make sure that you're thinking about this in terms of your mindset, because so much of this conversation and the things we've been talking about the past weeks have to do with that mindset that you have, and you can reframe how you think about things. So, just to wrap up, to summarize, the power of a grand vision, oh yes, is so important in shaping your personal brand. And it really is important to your trajectory on your leadership journey. And, a visionary leader not only sets the path for your own success, but also inspires and leads the way for others. That's why it's so important for you to get used to practice having this grand vision and grand visions for yourself, and big plans, and thinking big, and big goals. Be ambitious, be out there. So I do want to encourage you, as a call to action, to reflect on your own life and career goals, and write down your vision. And I want you to write down the grandest possible dream you could have. Okay? As leaders in your respective fields or whatever you're doing, I want you to think beyond whatever limitations or self doubts you've got. And we all have them now. It's all normal, natural. Okay. Don't think it's anything you walking by yourself. Okay. We all have them, but I want you to try to think beyond them and to challenge them and to truly dive deep into what you believe is possible for your future. And this is one of the first steps that's so important to develop your brand. And remember what Oprah tells us, because let's create it, let's think it, because whatever we think, whatever we believe, that's what we're going to become. So I enjoyed this session, just being here talking with you. If you felt the same, please give me a like and subscribe. I'd love it. But the thing that I wanted to leave with you the most is I want you to be the leader only you can be. See you next time. Bye.